Hey everybody, and welcome back to Bigfoot Cooking, where today we're making peach muffins. That's right, peaches, muffins. Oh, it is the time of year when the peaches are just so good. Now, for this recipe, I've actually taken my peaches, diced them up, and froze them. The reason why is when you mix it in, being they're frozen, they stay together better, and they help keep the recipe nice and cool until you put it in the oven. So, we're gonna start out, I've got a whole quart of peaches here, but we're not going to use the whole quart. We're going to use about 2/3 of it in the batter, and then we're going to use the other half to kind of crumble on top of it. So we got our 2 cups of peaches. We've got 1 3/4 cups of flour, 1/2 cup of sugar, a tablespoon of baking powder, not baking soda. Don't make that mistake. It will totally change the flavor. 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 2 eggs, 2/3 cup of milk, 1/3 cup of butter. We're gonna melt the butter and then let it cool down some, and a tablespoon of vanilla. Now, before we get this party started, make sure you turn your oven on. Once you've got all your ingredients out, go ahead and set your oven at 400 degrees, because sometimes it takes a minute for that thing to warm all the way up. So while that's warming, let's mix our dry ingredients and get the dust bowl started. So to begin this, we take our 1 3/4 cups of flour. Now I've already run this flour through a sifter, so that way I don't have to worry about any lumps or anything like that. With that, we're gonna pour in our sugar, make it a nice little home right there in the bowl. We're gonna add our baking powder. Boop. One nice little dusty piece of something there. And of course, pinch of salt. Pinch of salt being 1/2 teaspoon. We got everything in there, and you're gonna whisk this up now. Like I've said many a time, do not just kind of go, all right, good, we're done. No. You want to make sure all your dry ingredients are thoroughly mixed. If not, you can get a taste of something you did not intend. Plus, the baking powder helps with the rising of this. And if you've got more baking powder in one than the other, they may not rise the same. So that's why a good mix on the dry. You really can't even over mix the dry. You could sit here for 3 hours. Your arm would get tired, but you can't do any damage to it that way. So once we have a good mix on this, we're gonna mix up the wet stuff and get it going. Now to get our liquefaction levels, we're gonna start by taking our eggs and going ahead and get them broke up, because that way the yolk and the white, you wanna get them mixed together first. Little bust, and a little mix. All right, once we've got that, we'll of course, add the vanilla. I'm telling you, vanilla flavoring, you could probably make shoe leather delicious with that stuff. We're gonna add our milk to it. Not the prettiest, is it, right now, but that's okay. Once you mix it all together, ooh, we got something here. Get a good little mix with these guys, and let's add the butter. Now the butter, you wanna make sure it's cooled off. If you put hot butter in here, you can cook the eggs. We're not making scrambled eggs, we're making peach muffins. World of difference. So we'll add our butter to it and get everybody mixed in. So now we're gonna take the flavor on the right, the flavor on the left, and make it the flavor. One simple shot of, oh yeah. You can see where the butter has tried to cool off a little bit. Oh, we don't want that too much now. Like I say, room temperature butter, good. But once you mix it with the milk, it tries to set itself back up. So don't give it too long or use warmer milk, whichever you like. Okay, we've got us a good mix right here. A few lumps are still in there, but you don't want to mix this really until all the lumps are gone, because you can actually overwork your batter. Now, peaches time. We're gonna take you hear how hard they are? Take our frozen peaches. Come on out now. I meant for y'all to get in here. All right, like I said, I'm saving just a few for the top. But we'll mix these in, get a good coating on all of them. And like I say, with the peaches being frozen, it helps keep them from, like when you're stirring, it keeps from breaking down, so that way they don't just turn into mush in this batter. We wanna make it so when you bite it, you get that fresh peach taste in your mouth. I mean, that's the whole goal of eating peaches, right? To taste them, not just, yeah, I think there's a peach there. Nope, you gonna know with this recipe. Come on, everybody out, you're being evicted. All right, so now for putting this into the muffin things, I've got myself about 1/3 cup measuring spoon table thingy here. And what we're gonna do, I'm gonna scoop it out, and I'm gonna fill in each one of these with about 1/3 cup. That way they all come out to be about the same size. You don't have giant muffins and little muffins. Oops. Watch how fast I fill these things up.
Go, 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 go.
How's that? Think you can fill them that quick? That's like the big old challenge there, right? Now, we've got them all pretty much the same height, the same fill. I'm gonna take some of these peaches and we're gonna put half of them with peaches on, half of them with peaches off, just so you can kind of see the difference. Oh, if you are a peach lover, I'm telling you, this is for you. I mean, you're gonna have peaches through and through and on top. Now that our oven's set to 400, I'm gonna slide these guys in there. I'm gonna give them about 20 minutes to absorb all that magic heat that comes from the oven, and wait till you see what comes out on the other side. All right, 20 minutes has gone by. I have my one glove like somebody else used to. Let's grab a hold of this tin, set them out, and take a look at those. Who's at the door? Oh, I smell muffins. Vincent, I'm kind of in the middle of something here. I tell you what. All right, if I give you a muffin, will you leave? Oh, thank you. Sorry about that. Sometimes people just come over without knocking. Isn't that kind of rude? I mean, especially with these beautiful peach muffins here. I mean, take a look. The toppings on it, you know where I put the extra peaches on there? They just swallowed it up and chewed it and made it just more peachy. So we're gonna take one of them that I did peach up. And I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and open this guy up and look at there. Right off the bat, you got peaches poking out at you saying, yep, eat me, eat me. Well, it would be rude of me not to, right? Ooh, man, they've cooled off a little bit, especially after being interrupted. So let's take us a bite of this, shall we? Man, this could almost pass as a peach cobbler, not only a peach muffin. Oh, for those of you that love peaches, this is heaven extraordinaire. So, until we decide to throw something else on the table, remember, you can do this at home, and remember, Bigfoot is real. Really good taste buds, too. Hey everybody, and welcome back to Bigfoot Cooking, where today, you good?